to our first Cinekyd Celebrity Gala. And we welcome you on behalf of all of the staff and the students of Cinekyd. Roger? Okay. Before we do anything else, we have some very important people that we would like to bring to the microphone at this time to say just a couple of words before dinner. And first of all, we'd like to bring, if we may have a drum roll, please, the mayor of Hatboro. His name is the Honorable Joe Solano, longtime friend of Cinekyd.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty high tonight. That is high to the point of 103 magic. Does everyone listen to magic? Yeah. I want to hear it. I can't hear you. Let's hear it for Harvey. We're sitting with Harvey. He is the greatest. But ladies and gentlemen, there's Stu Greenleaf here tonight. Stu, where are you? Well, I'm here tonight not to be honored, but to honor a gentleman without whom we would not be here tonight. He has given his whole life dedicated to Cinekyd. He is the one who has gone hand in hand to beg for money for his kids. He loves these kids. He loves them so much he cries with them, counsels them, has even adopted a couple of them. And this man is the greatest. Gentlemen, ladies, I would say at this time, I could go on and expound about this man that has done so much for Cinekyd. But would you please join me in a standing ovation for this outstanding young man, the man that I love, Bob Clark. Let's hear it for Bob Clark.
Friends, and you're right, one of the few people that help out. Your Honor, the Mayor, I present this to you on behalf of my kids, the Cinekyds.
God bless you, Bob.
God bless you, Joe.
God bless you.
Thank
Okay, thank you very much, Mayor Solano. And now, moving right ahead, we'd like to introduce from the United States Congress, Representative Lawrence Coughlin.
Let me join in congratulating Bob Clark and Cinekyd, but particularly the kids, because the investment in our lives and our efforts that we make in our kids are our investment in our future. The job that Cinekyd does to bring children and young people an opportunity to participate in the future of this country is one that is tremendously important. And I congratulate each and every one of you, but let me say again, particularly the kids. Thanks.
Thank you, Congressman Coughlin. And at this time, we were to introduce Peter Kostmeyer, also a congressman from the U.S. House of Representatives, but I think he told me he had another engagement. He was here, he has met a lot of you, and he could not stay due to the fact that he had another commitment. So we're going to move ahead, and is State Senator Stuart Greenleaf here, or a representative? This time, we'd like to...
drum rolls, usually there's hisses or boos or something. It's a pleasant experience. I'm really pleased to be here tonight and to participate in your evening here, and certainly to echo Congressman Coughlin's comments. The young people who participate in Cinekyd and are active in it are an inspiration to us, and I appreciate the certificate, and I will certainly cherish it. But I'm here today to congratulate you and to wish you well in all the activities that you're involved in. And also I want to thank the members of the media and the broadcast media, radio, television, and those people who are involved in entertainment media for being here tonight and to support you and to congratulate you on your activities. Certainly it's heartwarming to see that kind of support for this activity. I'd like to also take this opportunity this evening to present two congratulatory citations. And if Josh Sterling and Amy Blanco, are they here tonight?
Yes, they are.
Okay. I have two congratulatory citations from the Senate of Pennsylvania, and they recognize both these young people. Josh, who is a recent graduate of Upper Moreland High School and is a staff member now, and the citation reviews all the activities that he has been involved in with Cinekyd for a number of years, and all the positions he held, and the experience that he held. And although he has graduated, his accomplishments have been so significant and so outstanding that they believe that he should be awarded the SAM Award of Cinekyd Enterprises. So in addition, Amy is also receiving the same award, the SAM Award of Cinekyd Enterprises, for her activity. She's a senior at Archbishop Wood and has been very involved in Cinekyd and holds many of the same positions that Josh has held. And this citation is a permanent record of the Senate of Pennsylvania. It has the Senate seal on it, the signature of the Secretary of the Senate. And I'd like to take this opportunity to present both these citations to these very outstanding and dedicated and talented young people. Before we get the hook out for me, I won't give up the microphone yet. I'd like to also take this opportunity to have Robert Clark, Bob. I also have another congratulatory citation, and this recognizes Robert Clark's contribution to this activity. He is the founder of Cinekyd 11 years ago, and it's a labor of love for him. It's an opportunity and a activity that he has dedicated almost all of his time to, and also I understand a lot of your money too. And so it's really a real pleasure for me and honor to present to Bob also a citation from the Senate congratulating him on his activities and the founding of this organization and its continued growth and stewardship under Robert Clark.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Congressman. And now, you're going to get some food very soon. But first of all, I'd like to bring up Joe Rooney, my colleague, for the invocation.
I didn't realize I was going to do this tonight, so bear with me. But one thing that I wanted to point out, when Senator Greenleaf talked about a labor of love, he meant it in the fullest terms of the sense of the word. The organization is built around that word. I've only been a member of it for a year and a half, but you sense it immediately when you're around the kids and you are around him. And based on that, Lord, thank you for bringing us together tonight. Thank you for the food that we have. But mostly, thank you for the companionship that each one of us will gather from this evening. Thank you for this organization. Have a good time.
And now it is time for dinner, and we'd like at this time to introduce the Leroy Heffentrager Orchestra. I've worked with these gentlemen for many, many years, and they are the best. And what they're going to do now is play during dinner, and they're going to imitate, well, they're really going to become some of the great orchestras of the 30s and the 40s, and maybe even they'll sneak into the 50s. And so what we're going to say to you is, how many of these great orchestras can you identify? Have a wonderful dinner, and we'll see you in a while.
Yeah, meanwhile, Roger and I have to double as waiters for the wedding next door.
Yes, we'll see you in a while.
Isn't he nice? Roger has a tendency to come in and direct everything. You know, one of the things that happened when I first became associated with Cinekyd is I realized the insight that Bob Clark had when I was first introduced to him. He asked me what I did, and I said, well, I do a little bit of pantomime. And he said, well, that's sight without sound, right? And I said, yeah. So I demonstrated for him. He put me in the radio crew.
All right, at this time, it's our pleasure to introduce the Executive Director of Cinekyd, Mr. Robert Clark.
Thank you. I'd like to thank our celebrity guests, and I'd like to thank the parents and family members who have come to support tonight's program. I'd also like to thank our two esteemed Masters of Ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, especially those of you who are professionals at doing this kind of thing, I want you to bear with any minor technical setbacks or any loss of talent that may occur during the course of the evening. The spirit is willing, and the abilities go just so far on a night like this. Let me tell you exactly what is supposed to happen, and then we'll proceed, okay? Because we've really worked at this, and this is going to give you a chance to see what the kids are able to do. And we're going to show a little video that finally will answer the question of a number of people who are in the room saying, what in the name of God is this organization anyhow? And why did Mike Spack insist that I come here this evening? We're going to show you a little tape that will really demonstrate why we think our kids are very special. Then we'd like to bring you up one at a time, and we're going to try using the numbers on the table when your name is called to put the little teeny spots on you, and while you come up here, we're going to follow you, but the audience is going to watch a video It was done primarily by our kids. Just a little bit of moving pictures with some music done by our kids, so to get you up here, because you are here, as everywhere, really big stars. Okay? Now that's supposed to be what happens. Now we'll find out. Okay? Well, you know what they say, those who can't do teach, and I've been in education for 25 years, so you figure it out. Okie doke. This is Cinekyd.
Cinekyd, take one.
Welcome to Cinekyd, a television production company run almost completely by kids. About 100 kids, ages 7 to 17, produce their own weekly cable TV show at their Willow Grove headquarters. In the past 10 years, they've made 8 full-length features and dozens of short films. They're good, too, and they have 2 international awards to prove it. Hard to believe? Just watch.
Rolling. Quiet, please. Action. And continue. Would you come down here, please?
Cinekyd, the kids pretty much run the show. Well, when I first came, I thought it would be just in the house, like an adult carrying a camera and just shooting different stuff, a little ridiculous, like kids running in a field or something. But I was really surprised when I came. I saw, all these kids working the cameras and making good movies that I really liked.
Maybe you should lend me the car more. The car isn't the problem. Part of the problem.
Cinekyd boasts an experienced volunteer staff of adults, but the kids do everything, even some of the teaching.
I haven't really had any experience with video equipment before I came to Cinekyd. When I'm at home, older kids don't want to be with the younger kids, but here, everybody gets along with everybody. A few of us are student staff members. A few kids from the older program help out and teach the little kids.
The Cinekyds learn all the elements of TV and movie production, from set design and creation of miniatures to some pretty sophisticated special effects. The kids even learn the finer points of the art of makeup.
Makeup.
Cinekyd offers something for every kid's talents.
Besides teaching you all the technical stuff, it also gives you a lot of responsibility.
But it's not only responsibility that makes Cinekyd work.
We all get along, because we all share a common interest. Everyone's friends here. It's a lot of fun.
So as you can see, this is a pretty impressive operation. How impressive is it? You be the judge. This entire story has been taped, written, and edited by the kids at Cinekyd. This is Tug McGraw, Channel 6 Action News. Nice going, gang. Good job.
We've only just begun to live. White lace and promises, a kiss for luck and we're on our way.
We've only begun.
In 10 years, there have been an awful lot of things that are memorable.
Getting incredibly silly for a couple of hours and just laughing till the tears ran down your face and your sides hurt and you couldn't laugh anymore, and then going on and laughing again.
I remember it was a lot of fun.
It's not always been easy. It's always been fun, but it's sometimes a battle.
As Mr. Clark sometimes says, we all wear many hats.
Watching the signs along the way. Jumping
When we first started, we started in a basement. We met, in a basement every Wednesday night. And Cinekyd consisted of a desk stuck in the middle of a den with a dog running around. Well, things haven't changed too much.
I remember when we would sit and almost dream about what it could be, and talk about the fact that Disney started in a garage, that everybody started in a garage.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us.
In 1976, Cinekyd moved from what was called the basement to where we're at now, 129 Turwood Road in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania.
I remember the first time we walked into the Audion downstairs, and it was really cruddy and filthy and had been in an industrial something, I don't know, a long time before, and hadn't been used. And just imagining what it could be like.
That's who we are, and we're mighty glad you're with us. Okay, this is really as far as I go. This is supposed to be a night to celebrate you and the kids, so I'm going to turn the program back to one of our very competent and highly trained masters of ceremonies. Thanks again for being here.
The strange thing about it is that with all of the good work all the kids are doing, they put adults in charge of this. I know. You really think we're adults, Jim? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Right. All right, at this time, I hate to put commercials in, but we'd like to put one in for my university, the one that pays me and has done that for a lot of years, Temple University. And we're very honored to have really a whole table back here of people from the radio, television, film department, and the dean of the School of Communications and Theater at Temple University. And really, in a way, it's like they're Major League Scouts, kind of looking at the talent and deciding who they might want to bring up and to go on to Temple. But at this time, I'd like to bring up to the microphone the dean of the School of Communications and Theater, Dean Bob Smith, who will say some words.
Thank you very much, Roger. During the last decade, more than 20 young people from Cinekyd have come to study at the School of Communications and Theater at Temple, and we're delighted to have them. My colleagues and I know that they bring a better preparation and an awareness of the importance of visual communication that helps enhance our classes. Some of those students have gone back to Cinekyd afterwards to serve as perhaps volunteer senior staff members to help the younger people who are coming along. And so although there's no formal relationship between Temple University and Cinekyd, we feel that we're very much a part of the Cinekyd family. Earlier this evening, Roger said he would ask several people to say a couple of words. I'll make it just one word. So to you, Roger and Bob, and especially to the young people, one word: congratulations.
Thank you, Bob. And now we have a lot of fun things coming up, but two rather exciting, unexpected things happened. Two people were available to come to this banquet, and we really didn't know that they were coming. and we found that they were available at the last minute, and we said, please come because we know you'll enrich this evening. First of all, I would like to introduce a man. He has a great newspaper background. He's written, I know, for the Bulletin and for the Daily News. He has been a broadcaster for the last few years. He is very closely associated with the Big Five. You know, that's all the guys that play basketball in this city, and that's all, of course, coming up. And I think he's most famous for the fact that he is Buck the bartender. We'd like to bring Bob Patron up to the microphone.
They said it would be a free meal. That lured me. They said I wouldn't have to speak. I wouldn't have to talk about the election and Frank Rizzo. But I am surprised, and I'm certainly grateful to be in the same audience with Buffalo Bob Smith and Hallie Doody on the same night. So, thank you, Roger, and thank you to the chef and to the waitresses. It's my pleasure to be here.
And now, in keeping with the theme, and the theme, of course, is the 30s and the 40s and so forth, and you've heard all this great music, we became aware that a lovely lady lives not that far from the Philadelphia area, and she made some movies, was in Hollywood, and had also a great stage career and a dance career. And she wrote to us and she said, the work of Cinekyd looks like something absolutely wonderful, and I'd like to know more about it. And we corresponded and talked, and the result was, I said, please honor us and come tonight. So at this time, I'd like to introduce a lady who in 1937 played opposite Dick Powell in the movie Stage Struck. She starred with Penny Singleton, somebody who you will meet via tape here in just a little while, in the Republic studio film Three Racketeers, and she made a number of other films. Probably the most exciting thing that she did was she appeared on Broadway with Walter Houston in Knickerbocker Holiday. And he was the person who sang to her, and he sang the great September song to her. And we are honored to have her here tonight, and we'd like to bring her up. Please come up, Jean Mattey.
To be here this evening. I read about Cinekyd in the paper, and I wrote to Dr. Gordon, and I said, that sounds like the golden oldies, the days when I was at Warner Brothers. And I've been curious all these years. In 1937, I made a film at Republic Studios with a girl by the name of Dorothy McNulty. She had dark hair and signed an autograph picture for me, and we haven't had contact since. Later, somebody said, I think Dorothy McNulty became Penny Singleton. I have never known until just the past couple of days that Dorothy McNulty is Penny Singleton. And I was hoping she might be here this evening. I brought a picture of her. But anyway, then in '38, I went on to Broadway and played opposite Walter Houston, which was a great opportunity. And he sang the September song to me for 9 months on Broadway. That is the one song that has lived. In those days, he was the old man and I was the young girl. Now things are quite reversed. But I'm happy to be here this evening with my son, Harry Martin, who lives nearby. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, and now moving right along, if it wasn't for Valerie's family, you know that TV show that's had all the problems, and I don't know where Valerie is, and I don't know what her family, but a very close friend of mine would have been here, and I think rather than say any more at this particular time, let's run the videotape because it speaks for itself.
Hey, I'm Willard Scott, the old Today Show weather fraud. You know me. You watch me lie about the weather every morning. I'm really sorry I can't be with you tonight for the Cinekyd Gala. I know how much it means to you, and it means a lot to me, believe it or not, because when I was a kid, 12 or 13, little Roger Gordon and I started playing radio in our basement back in Virginia, and we had an amateur radio station, and it was doing that really got me on my career to go into radio and then later on into television. And I wouldn't exchange those days. They were creative, they were fun, they were really the very thing that whetted my appetite to go on and do what I've done later on, and that's become a television personality with NBC. And I love my job with all my heart and soul. And I wish you all the happiness in the world with what you plan to do in the movies. And to Bob Clark, that wonderful man who has helped to organize this group and make it so popular, and who has been such an inspiration, congratulations. It's a great evening. I hope you have a ball. I'll see you next year, I hope.
To move right along into the next segment, I'd like to introduce one of the great movie buffs of the Delaware Valley, a man who spent his entire life in film and who believes in it, and terrific guy, Steve Randisi, if you will come up and handle this next segment of the program.
Thank you, Roger. I have the pleasure of introducing a lady who very much wanted to be here tonight, and unfortunately, due to some health problems, she couldn't be with us. But I think Jean mentioned her name just a few moments ago, Penny Singleton, whom you all know and love as Blondie. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Penny Singleton. In 1983, the Sons of the Desert, an organization that I belong to, honored Miss Singleton. As a matter of fact, I think it was in this very room. I'm not sure. But I'd like to tell you a little bit about Penny. She's an extraordinary woman. She comes from South Philadelphia, where she sang and danced on the streets. People used to throw pennies. In fact, that's how she got her nickname, Penny Singleton. She appeared on Broadway in the play Good News in 1930. She made many, many films, including Boy Meets Girl with Ronald Reagan and Jimmy Cagney. She also worked with Humphrey Bogart. She was in The Best Man, and also filled in for the legendary Ruby Keeler in No No Nanette. We all know her and love her as Blondie, but she's also very proud of the fact that she served as the president of AGVA, the American Guild of Variety Artists. And certainly all of the people, the performers whose lives were improved through Penny's efforts to get better working conditions for them, they certainly remember her too. And I think we have a videotape of Miss Singleton, which we're going to look at now and hear her message.
Hello. Well, you just don't know how disappointed I am that I can't be there personally to see all of you again. You know, the last time I visited Cinekyd, I saw a lot of young, talented people, and they were full of pep, and they were full of interest, and they were working hard, and that was the thing that caught my eye, the hard work and the attention that they were giving to what they were doing. First of all, I want to congratulate all of the young people who are going to be honored for their efforts and their achievement. I want you to know that I'm very proud of you, each and every one of you, because the direction of what happens in the performing arts area is going to be with you young people.
Now, you are going to have the courage to do the things that you believe in, and to do those things that are going to be helpful to make people better people. And for those of you who are interested now, but whose path in life may take a different direction as you go along through your life, and you may find yourself a little bit away from what you started out to do, just know that your contact with the Cinekyds will have made you a better person. I love you. I wish each of you well. Don't forget about me. And I'll see you next year. And Bob, congratulations. You've worked hard, but you really have established something that nobody's going to forget about, because you have the young people with you. They believe in you. So God bless you. Be well, all of you. I love you.
She hasn't changed a bit, hasn't she? Another dear friend of Cinekyd who very much wanted to be here tonight and could not is an actress, former actress actually, by the name of Anita Garvin. Now, I'm with the Sons of the Desert. We're Laurel and Hardy buffs, and Anita is an actress who worked with Laurel and Hardy on the famous Hal Roach lot. Some of the other people she worked with included Greta Garbo, Will Rogers, our gang, Charlie Chase, Edgar Kennedy, the list goes on and on and on. Anita could not be here, and she sent a message that she asked me to read, which I will now do. To Bob Clark and everyone at Cinekyd, I want to send my best wishes to all of you for the worthwhile work you are doing and have been doing for so very long. How I wish I could be there with you tonight instead of being stuck here in California where the temperature is always 85 degrees. One of the many highlights of my visits to the East Coast were my experiences at Cinekyd and the wonderful work that all of you do. You have a great organization, and it truly deserves to go on and on forever and ever. Keep up the good work, and thank you all for remembering me. Much love, Anita Garvin Stanley. Remembering Anita like that. And finally, I'd like to introduce a lady who really needs no introduction. I don't think there's a person in this room who doesn't know Sally Starr, unless you've been living in a cave somewhere for the last 26 years. What can you say about this extraordinary woman that hasn't already been said? She's lovely, she's vivacious, she's a very giving person. She's certainly had her share of ups and downs, as we all know. We're thrilled that she's here tonight. And there are many things about her that deserve to be said, and one of them is the recent decision to open the Sally Starr Ranch for abused children, and I know that's a program that she's very, very proud of. And so here is the lady herself, the one and only Miss Sally Starr.
Because
during a recent fire that I had, all of my awards that I had received over the years were destroyed, and I'm very happy to add this to many. A lot of them have been duplicated, even from the Treasury Department when I sold war bonds, or savings, they were called war bonds back then in the Second World War. Yep, I was around that far back. And I haven't even started on my retreads yet. I'm gonna be around a while longer. How you doing? You kids sure look good to your gal Sal. Happy to see some of my old friends I haven't had the pleasure of seeing in a while, and Alan Stone, and also John Roberts, so many of them, and I hear my friend Harvey is here. Hi, Harv. Hi, congratulations. You have a fine program going for you. I was on with Harvey back when they first brought me back to Philadelphia for the parade, and that's when he was on the other station. And for 2 years in a row, that other station sponsored me flying in from Florida to be with Harvey and the crew. And I haven't been in the parade since then. You haven't? God bless you, honey. I sit home with nice and warm now, you know, and eat my turkey and don't have to worry about getting into my uniform. But seriously speaking, I've had a wonderful career, and I thank all of you for it. And I think what the people are doing with Cinekyd is really tremendous, because back when I started, and I mean to tell you that was way back, why, we didn't have an organization like this to help us along. In fact, I started practically in the infancy of television, back before color TV, believe me. Do you believe that? It's true. It's true, honest to God, it was true, because we were scared to death of color. Everybody told us that we'd get skin cancer from it, and all kinds of things. You know, everything is wrong today, you know, or it was back then. But anyway, none of us got skin cancer from it. It turned into be a very wonderful source of entertainment for the entire family. And I'm very delighted that I was in the infant years of TV, because I've seen so many wonderful things happen. One of the nice things that happened to me, I got my Medicaid and Medicare card in the mail. I didn't think I was going to make it. It starts January 1st. I'll be 65 the 25th of January. Thank you, and I'm very proud of every moment, because God has been very good to me. He's given me wonderful health. And as I said earlier in my little talk, I haven't started on my retreads yet. I have a big job ahead of me, and I just pray that I have the energy. I know I have the friends to help me. They have proven that through these past few months. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for being so nice to me. And may the good Lord be blessing you and your family. Remember, I love you lots. Love, luck, and lollipops. Bye for now.
The next person that I would like to introduce is someone that most of you know, because the reason you're here is because of this particular person. Mike Spack and I have gone back for at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes. No, we've been friends for a few years now, and he and I have gone through many banquets like this. But one of the things that Mike does the best is he's a good salesman. He really is. And he will sell when he knows that there is something that is worthwhile. Mike has worked very hard for this banquet, and probably worked a lot harder than any of us realize. He's been out on the road, and he sacrificed a lot of time and effort, and I hope not too much, Joyce. But Mike has done a wonderful job in getting a lot of the people here. So let's give a nice round of applause for Mike Spack.
thank each and every one of you for accepting our invitation to come to the Cinekyd banquet. And I guess I got a lot of chips out there, so I owe a lot of you a lot of favors. But this whole night is full of celebrities. There's so many celebrities in this room. I'm the only person I've never heard of, you know? So what we're going to do, we're going to be passing out some nice little tokens and mementos, because it's the Cinekyd's way of saying thank you very much for coming and appearing here and being part of this evening. And as I always say, this is part of broadcasting. I love broadcasting. I've been in it now for over 25 years, and this is the future of these young children coming up. And I always hate to keep calling them kids because they're young persons. They do a lot, and Joe was mentioning the Laurel and Hardy thing. We got involved with it last year, and I was very, very impressed, and I think you'll be impressed too. So maybe sooner or later, these will be people who we'll be working with, and maybe someday our bosses too, you know. Right now, we'd like to thank each and every one of our celebrities that are here tonight, and right now we'll get the ball rolling with one of the first people is news director at WPEN Radio, co-anchor of the very popular morning show, Miss Elaine Sonsini. Elaine.
To show you how the family grows in very unexpected ways. The youngsters start out at Cinekyd, and then they go on to Bob Smith and Temple University. And I don't know if Bob is even aware of this or not. Usually we get the youngsters from Lou Klein's section of the communications department, radio and TV, and then in their last year at Temple, they serve an internship at WPEN for the time being. So they're molded here, and they're molded there, and they're molded with us, and then off into the business world they go, and hopefully successfully. But all I can say is I'm glad they're all born at Cinekyd, and thank you very much. I'd like to bring on someone who's been a part of my life for a very long time, and I'm sure a part of yours as well. My husband, Ken Garland, of WPEN Radio.
That's a leisure suit. Come on, that's a polyester leisure suit with a 1968 hairdo. Where did you ever get that picture? And why is it nobody ever spells your name right?
I don't even spell it.
If you'd start using your married name, you wouldn't suffer. Wouldn't have to suffer the humiliation of seeing your name misspelled. This is my worst dream come true. We were hoping we'd be like 38. To be called up here so that we could simply say, well, everybody has said everything that needs to be said, so thanks a lot and good night. So here we are at the front of the line, and we're supposed to be saying something meaningful. But seriously, I think there are some of you who may even passively or even with some dismay be mildly aware of my 22-year career here in Philadelphia, which has... Thank you. Thank you, Harvey. We'd listen to you every morning, Harvey, like the mayor of Hatboro, but we're otherwise occupied. 9:50 on the AM dial, Mayor. You'll love it. Try us just once. Anyway, you may be aware that my association with film is purely as I won't even say buff, simply as a fan, but a passionately and terminally addicted fan of movies. And to be here this evening to have something to do with an organization like this that might result in, who knows, a Martin Scorsese or a Steven Spielberg or a Francis Ford Coppola someday, and I don't exaggerate, this is entirely a possibility. It's just simply awesome. It's a wonderful thing to be here. And even if one of those doesn't come out of this, it's been just a marvelous evening, and we're terribly flattered to have been asked to appear, and we're just delighted with this whole thing, and good luck to the organization. Thank you.
Okay, one of the disadvantages of having a spotlight in your face is that you can't read what you're supposed to read. So, but insofar as our next guest, I don't have to read this. I have been associated with this lady for many, many years, and she has been a part of the Philadelphia children's tradition in the Germantown area anyway, and has expanded not only into the many areas within the Philadelphia district, but also outside of the state. I guess it's expanded into New York and down south and even west of here. This lady has taken children's theater and expanded it. She's one of the first ones that I know of. Of course, not my experience isn't that vast, but one of the first ones that I know of that have taken Shakespeare and Molière and brought it to children, and they understood. And this is remarkable. Now let me read you a little bit about her. Distinguished award-winning actress who has established a successful career in stage, screen, and television. Also interested in kids. But let me tell you something, she loves them. Since at the same time that Cinekyd was being formed, Miss Meinhardt has helped create the youth theater of the Germantown Theater Guild. And it's all been through love. Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine Meinhardt.
This means to me. I'm so proud to be asked to be here, and particularly after hearing so much about the organization, because I did hear a little from Joe, but I really didn't realize how wonderful it was. And it's so wonderful to see the kids so active in this. And I know that it's going to mean television is going to become wonderful once more. Thank you so much, and congratulations, and lots of luck. I'm here, I'm not saying very much. I said to my husband, after I picked him up at the station, I said, I'm just going to say thank you very much and congratulations. And he said, well, I may rattle on for several minutes, so I won't take up too much time.
One of the reasons I have to pick this up is because my contact lenses. Okay. Speaking of her husband, Dan Lounsbury has been involved with television back when, as Sally said, when it was still black and white. And Dan is an actor now, and was at that time the producer, many episodes of Your Hit Parade and The Telephone Hour. May I present Dan Lounsbury. And you will see him in an episode of Crocodile Dundee. I'm the one who was supposed to speak maybe for 15 or 20 minutes, my wife just said. And I was only kidding. I want to say thank you, of course, for this honor. And I want to congratulate this organization. I have a little experience besides being a television producer for 20 years. I did teach for about 9 years at a rival college of then Boston University, Emerson College in Boston. And the satisfaction I got from teaching and the response of the students, although the money was poor, the satisfaction was far greater than anything I've done in my career as a television producer. So I congratulate all you people who are working with these kids, and that they will be ready to step into our shoes and go much farther than we. Thank you.
Now, we have a, thanks Joe, I needed that. We've somebody said, is Pixanne going to be there tonight? And I can't believe it, I can't. I saw her, I used to see her, gosh, I'm thrilled. And yes, she is. Her name, of course, is Jane Norman. Who turned these lights down, Joe? Whose idea was that? I know, it was mine. Forget it. Anyway, Jane has always been a wonderful person for kids, a multi-talented writer, producer, actress. Jane Norman is quite a role model for all of the Cinekids, and they were so thrilled when they knew that she was coming. She's done television for years, back a few years ago, and at this time, may we bring the lovely, talented Jane Norman Pixanne to the microphone.
To be here. God, that sounded like I'm 900 years old, that introduction. Sally, the best part about following you and following Ken is you've said it all. I don't have to say anything. They've really said it all. Well, let's start. Some of you are probably saying, well, who the heck is she? It's been a while since I've been on the air here. Those of you who are probably about 23 years old or older, and I do see a few of you out there, might remember the Magic Forest, and for all of you, all I can say is I'll see you in the forest, and I do hope, well, anyway, Sal, you're looking good. Looking good, I'm telling you. I've been working with kids for a long, long time. And I've been sitting at the table here with two very, very interesting young people. One is David and one is Heather. And it's kids like that that make us all realize that, boy, it's great to be in this business, and it's going to be even greater in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now, when these kids are doing the kinds of things that we did and taking it many steps further. So I want to say thanks again for inviting me, and to all of you out there, congratulations, Cinekyd, and good luck.
Pixanne get away without singing a little song. Okay. When we were talking about introducing the celebrities, I said I have to introduce this next gentleman. Absolutely. He is one of the great talk hosts of the city on WWDB radio. He is somebody that everyone likes to talk to. He's been a great star here in radio and television in the Philadelphia area for many years. But the thing that, and you knew this was coming, that I like him for, he is a absolute baseball nut like me. And he's the only guy in the audience who knows who Coker Triplett played for. And here he is, Bernie Herman.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I also want to say hello to Harvey. I've never met Harvey before. As a matter of fact, I haven't met him tonight. I've just seen him. And it's nice seeing you, Harvey. And Ken and Elaine and Malcolm and all the people I work with in this business and have seen passing, coming and going, stopping for a while at one station, then another one, sometimes even coming back to the station we started out with. To the kids who are here who work for Cinekyd, work with them, and are being taught the rudiments of the industry, film and tape, and how to edit, and how to act and talk and write and all those things. It's a marvelous opportunity that I didn't have, and I imagine that some of my peers didn't have either. We always seem to be on the outside looking in with our tongues hanging out. Could we someday be in that radio station, that television station, maybe that movie studio? To get the experience when you're getting it now is a marvelous thing for a couple of reasons. One is it allows you to develop at your own pace. And secondly, it gives you a chance early to decide whether or not you want this business called show business. It's a hectic experience. Sometimes it's very depressing, very sad, but mostly it's uplifting. And the wonderful part of it is that when you get through, you can look back and say, hey, I had a pretty good time. I learned some things. And maybe some people enjoyed what I did. And that's what it's all about anyway. So, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Bernie. And now, sticking with the world of sports, we'd like to present someone, a personal friend of mine for many years, and by the way, he is another Temple University graduate, and he's very proud of it. He is the executive secretary of the Philadelphia Big Five, and of course they are about to start their season here in just a few weeks. He is a successful broadcaster, administrator, and he's a darn good friend. And at the moment, he is doing Penn football. This is not a good year.